The practice of urine therapy fills many people with horror, but the miracle properties it supposedly boosts have converted many people into drinkers. I'm joined by Molly Radcliffe, who's been on a glass a day for the last 3 years. So Molly, is it a serious thing? It really does help?
It certainly does, yes. I've been doing it for 3 years and I haven't had a cold in that whole time, and I have a very stressful life.
So what made you take that first sip? What converted you?
Well, I started doing it 4 years ago on the recommendation of an acupuncturist because I had a swelling on my foot, a little bump, and he said that it would help it go away. And I drank a huge glass every day for about 3 months, and I used to hold my nose because I hated it, and it didn't work. But then a year later I met a Swami who's a yoga teacher, and she's in her 50s, she looks so incredibly healthy, so beautiful, so full of life, and she doesn't smell at all. And she said, you know, I wash in it, I drink it. I thought, well, if she can do it, why don't I? And because she was so inspirational, I took it the next day and I didn't find it disgusting at all.
Well, you just said there that she washed and bathed and drank it, so you can do everything with it.
Yeah, I wash in it every morning, which means that I usually swim in the mornings. I take a little bottle of my fresh urine to the swimming pool, and after I've swum, I rub the fresh urine into my whole body, and it doesn't smell. You can smell me. Do I smell?
Hang on. I've got a very good nose. No, no,
I don't smell?
No, that's
right.
all. Okay, so you wash it, you drink it.
But also in the evenings, I wash in old urine, which does stink. I only do it in the evenings because it does smell, so I put it onto my whole body every evening, like 3 or 4 day old urine, sometimes a week old urine. It smells very strongly of ammonia, but it's very good for your skin. And by the morning, it doesn't smell. I don't wash it off in the morning.
Do you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend?
I do have a boyfriend.
What do they say?
Well, when I first started doing it, my boyfriend was very supportive and he was always saying how wonderful it was, but he didn't do it. It took him about 2 years, really, for him to start. And I think that was because he was worried about having grey hair, and it's very good for the hair. It stimulates hair growth and also for grey hairs. Maybe you should try. Well, so now he's a convert too, and he's converting everybody else.
I've heard of it before, but in the terms of, say, fetishism, you see people drink it from shoes and things. Don't you? I mean, what's that
Personally,
work?
I've never tried that.
Can you drink somebody else's, or has it got to be your own?
You can drink somebody else's, but it's recommended if you're seriously ill and you're not producing any urine, then you should take the urine of someone of the same sex. Because if you take urine of someone of the opposite sex, it has some sex hormones in it. So if I was to drink a lot of men's urine, it's got male hormones in it, it would masculinize me. And the same for a man if you were to drink a lot of women's urine. But you could drink it occasionally, it's not going to harm you.
The thing is, though, if it's something that your body expels because you've taken all the goodness, theoretically taken all the goodness out of the liquids and the food you've eaten, how can there be good properties in there?
Well, what you say isn't quite accurate. The kidneys filter the blood and they take out what's not needed at that moment in time, and that changes from moment to moment. So, like, for instance, when people take vitamin C, there's only a certain amount of vitamin C the body can use in that moment. The kidneys take out what they need and the excess is excreted. But the moment later, you might need more vitamin C, for instance. So that's how it works. So in one moment, the kidneys are taking out what is excess in the blood. But moments later, some of those things might be needed. So it's things like most of urine is water, 95%. The other 5% is minerals, a few hormones, things like that.
The other question I've got to ask you is, you can drink number 1. Can you eat number 2?
No.